Hello folks, welcome back to my playthrough of Talamander, the fantasy gamebook magazine, Raiders of Fang Mountain. This is part 2. If you want to see part 1 first, I'll pop a link in the corner of the video right up there. I'm the Lone Adventurer. Thank you very much for stumbling your way upon my channel. Please do consider liking and subscribing if you find yourself enjoying this video. Alright, so we went over the game in the first video. We left our hero on somewhat of a cliffhanger, so I think we're going to just get straight back into it. So if you recall, we were chasing the villain pickpocket who had stolen all of our money, and we've chased him into a very crowded tenant style building full of all sorts of different races and people, and we've just chased him into an elderly woman's room, and the pickpocket went out the window, used a washing line as a tightrope, I think. Yeah, and he's obviously quite skilled at that sort of thing, because he nimbly dashed across the tightrope washing line into the building on the other side of the alley. And we had 3 choices of what to do. Use it as a tightrope as well, cut a washing line down and swing over, or step back and jump. And the consensus in the comments on the last video was to use a washing line as a swing. So that's what we're going to do. I'm beginning to wonder whether my stats, agility and perception were perhaps a little low, and I shouldn't have put so much into attack. So if we end up doing an agility roll now and I end up just falling flat on my face, it's going to be a bit of an anticlimax. But that's the way these sorts of games go sometimes. Right, don't need the dice yet. We're looking up, seeing more washing lines. You could cut one down and try and swing into the room opposite. So that's on entry 123. Using your sword, you cut one end of a line, wrap it around your wrist and leap. As predicted, agility. Roll 2 dice. If you roll equal or under your agility, you swing safely across the gap and step into the building opposite. If the total is rolled over, you let go of the rope and fall. Right. There we go. 5. Fantastic. So that means we have done it. That's good. Getting some good rolls. 2, 6, 3. Not that we've done much rolling yet. 2, 6, 3. You are in a large warehouse full of packing crates, piled high from floor to ceiling. The thief is deftly leaping down from one to the next, making his way to ground level. In no time at all, he's lifting a drain cover and disappearing into the sewers. Are we going to catch this guy eventually, or just spend the whole adventure chasing him? You must act fast to keep up with him. Will you jump down the crates just like the thief, or grab hold of a nearby rope and slide down? I mean, they both sound like they're going to require an agility roll. Okay, so let's follow the path of the thief. 301. What the thief can do, you can do, right? You steel yourself and start leaping from crate to crate. Your momentum takes you to ground level miraculously in one piece. Good, good. Legs shaking and heart fluttering, you lift the drain cover and continue the chase. Turn to 85. The sewers are larger than you expect, with intricate brickwork arching over your head. They're also cleaner than you imagined, with not a rat in sight. You are standing on a thin stone pathway next to a fast-flowing underground channel, with the choice of north or south along the narrow pathway. Fresh, wet footprints lead north, but you hear running feet to the south. Will you follow the wet footprints north, or the sound of running feet to the south? It strikes me as unlikely that the fresh, wet footprints would relate to anyone other than the person we're chasing. and he might just be tiptoeing around the corner, and the sound of running feet is someone else entirely. So I feel like following the wet footprints would be a sensible move. 191. Something is strange about the wet footprints. As you continue to follow them, you realise that you're following two people in single file, stepping in each other's footprints. The footprints are fresh, but is it the thief? Will you turn back and head south or carry on? I'm going to carry on. 236. This part of the sewer looks ancient, and the path crumbles away at its edge into the fast-flowing water. After a few twists and turns, you see two shambling figures ahead, the source of the wet footprints. But who are they? Will you creep up on the two figures and get a closer look, or shout out to the two figures and get their attention? Well, creeping up, given the fact we don't know who they are, might make us look a little bit suspicious and shifty. Maybe shouting out to get their attention is the best option. That's what I'm going to try. 234. They turn and tilt their heads. Something isn't quite right about them, but from this distance you can't see what. It doesn't feel good all of a sudden, does it? I mean, he's given me so many opportunities to back away from this situation, and I'm just running headfirst into it. Will you turn around and head the other way, or go and talk to them? Am I going to flip-flop and go the other way? Because now I'm thinking maybe this isn't the thief, but maybe it is, and they just it's tricky. All right, you know what? We're going to go the other way. We're going to change our minds. That's what's happening. 259. We're going to head the other way. Might be a bad idea, but then I'll know for future playthroughs. Talking to strange men in sewers is not how you see your day going. Telling yourself you have a thief to catch, you turn and run back south, hoping you can catch him before he disappears with your coin purse. Turn to 310. Yeah, I guess that wasn't the thief. You stop and listen. You can no longer hear footsteps, just the trickling water from the storm drains. Before long, you reach a fork in the path. The way to the left is shrouded in darkness, while the path to the right has lit torch sconces at regular intervals and looks more inviting, if a sewer can look inviting. Will you go left into the darkness or right into the light? Which way did the thief go? Surely he would go into the darkness because he's trying to hide from me. 76. Grabbing a torch from a nearby sconce, you step into darkness. You follow the stone path as it twists and turns, following the rushing black water. It's very uneven, and you are glad of the torch which stops you, on more than one occasion, from tripping into the river. From around the next corner you hear footsteps and raised voices. Is it the thief and a possible accomplice, or someone else? There are certainly two people, and they are having a heated argument. Will you stand your ground and wait, douse the torch and hide in the shadows, or douse your torch and draw your rusty dagger? So there's someone walking towards me, so from the opposite direction, because the thief would have been travelling the same direction as me, and so this would require the thief to meet someone and then turn around and double back towards me, which doesn't seem very likely. Well, it's possible, I suppose. I might go for the first option, stand your ground and wait, because that covers both bases. If it's the thief, he'll see me and I can take him down. It'd be good to have the dagger drawn, but having your dagger drawn makes you look a little bit dangerous, and this could be some people who are not the thief, who I don't really want to see me wielding a dagger if I can avoid it. So we'll go for 166, standing ground and waiting. Look, we've got our first little illustration. Goblins. So there's a couple of goblins. It's not the thief. I guess we've lost the thief, we've lost our money. The voices get closer. You can't make out the exact words being said over the rushing water, but they sound as if they're about to come to blows. The two figures turn the corner and stop abruptly when they see you holding a torch. They're goblins, squat, ugly characters with contorted faces and mouths full of broken yellow teeth. Their eyes bulge as if they recognise you, their animosity seemingly forgotten. "It is them, Drac," the first goblin grunts. Drac snarls and punches the other goblin. "Too young, Drac, but all look sane to me. Kill anyway." So who are they mistaking us for? With that, Drac and Drek draw their swords and attack you. Because of the narrow path, they can only fight you one at a time. So Drac 6, so we're fighting Drac first. He's got an attack of 6 and a health of 4. Rightio, our first fight. I'm just going to do a quick review of the rules for combat, but it is quite straightforward. So what we do is we roll 2 dice and add that to our attack skill score. We roll 2 dice for our opponent and add that to their attack skill score. The highest attack total wins. The loser reduces health by 2. And then you keep doing that until someone snuffs it. Combat damage is always 2 unless augmented by a weapon or some other advantage. And if you happen, or your opponent happens to win a round by rolling a double, then that means that participant has landed a critical strike and does double damage. Right, so Drac is on 4 health. I can probably remember that. I usually draw a little image somewhere to represent the health of the opponent, but 4 I can probably remember. So our attack is 10, so this is where bunging everything in there is going to pay off, because my attack is certainly more than Drac's. So we'll roll for my attack score. Oh, that's low, isn't it? Wowzers. So my attack is 10 plus 3, which is 13. Drac, 6 plus 8, 14. So Drac wins the first round of combat. How super annoying. So that's going to take me down to 13 health. And we'll have another round. Rolling for me. 7, so minus 17. And Drac, that's better, isn't it? So Drac's is 6 plus 3, which is 9. So I win this round, which takes Drac down to 2 health. No, it doesn't, because I've got a dagger, haven't I? And a dagger gives plus 1 damage. So it doesn't really matter, because I've got to hit him twice anyway. But it takes him down to 1 health. Next combat round, this is for me. So my attack total is 17. And Drac, that's quite high. So 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 6 is 15. So I win. Brilliant. Drac is dead. So Drac's dead. Let's turn to 137 and see if Drek fancies their chances and wants to also attack me, or whether they're going to think twice given how easily I took down the first goblin. 137. Yeah, looks like we're going to fight him. Drac cries out and falls to the path, his rusty, curved sword clanging on the cobbles. It's not the best weapon, but better than yours. You could attempt to scoop it up before Drek clambers over his comrade and attacks. If you want to take it, roll 2 dice. If the total is equal or under your agility, you grab the sword and parry a blow from the second goblin as he leaps over his dead companion. If you roll over your agility, you grab the weapon, but take a cruel swipe from Drek's sword, lose 2 health. Either way, add rusty sword to the weapon slot on your adventure sheet. Ooh. The opportunity to be causing more damage. I was tempted to say that it wasn't worth it, but I think it probably is. Either way. So here we go. 7. If your roll is equal or under your agility, you grab the sword, parry a blow from the second goblin as he leaps over his dead companion. Brilliant. What a nice little sort of engaging moment added in between the two fights there. And we get a rusty sword, which gives us +2. And we're into our second combat. If you take the weapon or not, fight on. Drek has an attack of 6 and a health of 6. Right, here we go. Rolling for attack for me. I like how simple this combat is. Sometimes it's nice to have sophisticated, complex combat systems. I'm looking forward to 2D6 Dungeon, which I backed on Kickstarter earlier this month or last month. And the combat system in that game looks really interesting and quite elaborate. I'm sure it'll be very intuitive once you actually get into it, and there are lots of people playing that game already. I haven't had time to really engage with it so far. But it's nice sometimes to have a simple combat system like this. Roll some dice, add a thing, bosh. Here we go. So this is for my attack value. Low. So 14, because I'm adding 10. And for Drek, that's 12, because we're going to take that 6 and add his 6. So mine is higher. I'm obviously going to be hitting him with my rusty sword, which is giving me +2 damage. So that does a total of 4 damage to Drek, meaning he's got 2 health left. So this is me again. Lovely and high. 8, so that's 18. And 6 + 6 is 12. So very swiftly dispatched. That's another 4 damage to Drek, although we only needed to do 2. And so we have 1. We're going to turn to 186 to see what happens now. Both goblins lie dead. A quick search reveals 6 bronze pieces, a rusty sword, and a strange animal tooth necklace. You may take any or all of these items. Okay, so 6 bronze pieces, obviously we're going to take. And then we'll take the animal tooth necklace. I think if I had one criticism of this sheet, it would be the size of the spots for the backpack. Very, very small. I know you can only fit so much onto a sheet, but possibly the family luck didn't need such a big box. It's a one-time use, and we've got a little bit of dead space down here. Otherwise, it's very nice. Okay, I think we'll leave the rusty sword because we've got one of those already. One thought he recognised you. Were they looking for your father? But there's no time to ponder. You hear voices down the pitch-black tunnel coming your way. More goblins. You have to act fast. Will you push the bodies into the water and hide in the shadows, or stand your ground and confront them? Well, fighting was fun, but pushing the bodies into the water and hiding in the shadows sounds like it could be more interesting. So I think we will go for that. Turn to 288. The splashes are hidden by the rushing of the water. You douse your torch and step into the shadows. In the semi-darkness, the bloodstains are hidden. 2 more goblins walk by. They are deep in conversation in a guttural language you don't understand. Passing by, they don't notice you and are soon lost from sight. Stepping out, you continue on your way. That was clever. No point in fighting if you don't have to, a voice says. Turn to 152. Aha! Is this the thief? Or maybe we're just never going to see the thief again. 152. Ah, it is. It's the thief. To your surprise, your coin purse is thrown at you. Add 20 bronze pieces to your coin purse on your adventure sheet. Hey. Awesome. Sorry I took it. Please don't be angry. The thief steps out of the shadow, but up close you see it isn't a boy at all, but a young girl. About the same age as your sister was before. Tears prick your eyes, you look away, your anger is gone. I saw what you did to those Fang Mountain raiders. They deserved it. Skulking about, causing who knows what mischief, the thief girl says. She fishes out one of the strange animal tooth necklaces from a dead goblin. They all wear these. She wrinkles her nose in disgust. Take one. Raiders come in all shapes and sizes. Wear it at the right moment and you'd fit right in. That's if you plan on killing more, I suppose. She sniffs. Okay, well, she's going to give us an animal tooth necklace, but we've already got one of those. So we could put it on. Do we want to just wear it permanently? Or will there be situations where wearing an animal tooth necklace will be detrimental, so we only put it on at the right moment? Or maybe I'm, overthinking this, I don't know. Because she says, wear it at the right moment and you'd fit right in. So do I not want to wear it at the wrong moment? Or can I just bung it on? I don't know. Oh, add animal tooth necklace to your backpack. If you're already wearing one, you take it off in disgust. Okay. Right, so we've got to keep it in the backpack to the right moment. You don't know why, but you find yourself trusting her and you blurt out your story. It's easier than you thought it would be, as if it happened to someone else. When you finish, the thief girl looks up at you, studying your face. Raiders burnt our house down and took us to Fang Mountain, she frowns. They lined up my family. There was a hole in the air. Daddy told me not to look in it. He did, and it made him different. It scared the raiders and they killed him. That's when I ran away. I've always been good at running and hiding. I found my way to Winterheart, and now I live down here. It's better than Fang Mountain. You feel kinship with this child and admire her vigour and will to survive. Proof that there is life for the lost gives you a renewed sense of hope and strengthens your resolve. Will you ask her if she needs any help? Turn to 220. Tell her about your mission to seek vengeance on all raiders, turn to 71, or ask her for help getting into Fang Mountain, turn to 168. Lots of options. That stuff was a bit strange about not looking at the hole in the air. I didn't quite understand that. He looked at the hole in the air and it made him different. It scared the raiders and they killed him. Okay, so we've got 3 options. I'll repeat those one more time because I'm going to leave this video here, and if anybody has an opinion on which I should do next, feel free to let me know in a comment below and we'll go with the consensus again. The options are to ask her if she needs help, tell her about our mission to seek vengeance, or to ask for her help getting into Fang Mountain. Those are the 3 options. That was the second playthrough of Talamander, Fantasy Gamebook magazine. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more adventures just like this one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.